Okay.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the webinar today. I've just hit record as we're connecting in with people to do a review from last week and see how everyone is going on with making some of the adjustments and changes. And hopefully, you've had a go at doing on the elimination program, and you've been eliminating the key triggers, which has been the wheat, dairy, gluten, alcohol, caffeine, red meat, processed foods, sugars, and everything like that. And you're slowly getting it sorted into your routines now, and had an opportunity to perhaps take a look at going through some of the recipes, done some shopping. Maybe you've got the supplements on board to help push things out of the system. And generally, you've probably, hopefully, underway and noticed a little bit of a change in the way that you're feeling. And maybe even to some of you experience some detoxing symptoms where maybe you've had light headaches or other things that have come into your system, and where you notice that, oh, you haven't been feeling so great to begin with. So on the call at the moment, we have Edwin, who's about to share his
Yes.
experience with everyone, which is really great. Edwin, how are you getting on so far?
Yeah, it's quite an experience already. um, it feels very good to eat only raw food.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You're doing the raw food version. That's great.
yeah, yeah. I won't buy nutrition because I have a Pharaoh staff that's helping me with getting uh, alkaline blood.
Right. So you've been following the alkaline suggestions as well, huh? That's really great. And what are you
Yeah,
noticing on your energy
yeah.
levels?
My energy, I need a lot of sleep,
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah.
around 9, 10 hours a day.
Yeah. Okay. Because you're just probably getting rid of some things, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the heart energy transference was also quite heavy for
Did
me.
you did the transmission with the heart?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, what do you
many
think?
many times, and it was really touching the center of my heart. So
Beautiful. We're very proud of the transmission, and really happy with the outcome. So it's good getting the feedback from you that things are really coming together in this way. Huh?
yeah,
Good. Okay. So that's fantastic. We're really happy with that side of things, and you're feeling good.
I'm feeling good now. But I really did have some really tough days during 3 days in a row around.
Right.
But
Okay.
it's okay now.
Okay. Okay, good. So, all right, Ewan. Well, thanks very much for sharing. I'm going to now
Okay.
take you off, and we're going to tune in with someone else who's to see how their progress has been. So, thank you. Good. Let's tune into Elaine. Elaine, can you hear me? Okay. Elaine Lira. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Yes,
Hi.
I can
Hey.
hear you very well. Sorry, I was
Great.
on mute. Oh,
So,
how are you?
very well, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to connect with you. And I'm just checking in with you. How have you been going in this last week?
So, I just came back from my holiday on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was checking out a bit all the information that you sent us. So I now have my pictures. I got the measures. I started with this juice in the morning, like very healthy about veggies and all the stuff that are really alkaline,
Mm-hmm.
like kale.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get um, the cleanance package, and
Mm-hmm.
I sent an email asking if there was a change in the name of the cleanance because I couldn't find it in the site.
Clean start. You couldn't find clean start
No, I couldn't. No, it
under
seems like
under
there is.
cleansing. So let me.
Yes,
Can you see my screen?
yes.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the website. Are you in the US?
I am. I'm in Australia, so I'm trying to find it from UK, which I think would be
Oh,
easier.
are you in Australia?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be different in Australia and the UK. You see, because in the UK and Europe, it's called Healthy Starter Pack program. Okay.
Yes. In
So it's
Australia, I didn't find anything, but I'll try to find a little do more research.
Yeah, but you can find something else you can use for cleansing if you're in Australia and you can't find it. So if you go under in America anyway, if you can see my screen, it's under body systems, I think you were going to go. Let me just type it in here. Type in clean, and in America it's reasonably straightforward. But
Mm,
the UK, they use different products because the EU regulations are different. So there's Clean Start there, Wild Berry. So that's for people who are looking for it in the US. But the best way is to call them up. You've got the phone number, and then you can get them shipped out. And for those who are in the US, so good. So, but the nutrition side's going well.
yes, I mean, at last year I changed my diet, and
Okay,
that
yeah. So you're
means
getting clean already.
I have been, yeah, incorporating some of the information that you sent me
Hmm.
with what I originally I'm taking. Of course, during my holiday, I really ate trash food, but now I'm getting better.
Okay, good. So it's really important to stay on track with this one. Okay, excellent. So thanks,
Yes,
thanks, Elaine. I'm going to now tune into Mercedes. Mercedes, can you hear me? Okay,
Yes, I am.
great. So how's it all? How's your progress on the cleanse been going?
Well, I just had the chlorophyll and
Mhm.
I couldn't get the starter kit or the other pack. And so I decided just to get essentially raw food.
Mhm.
I just found this terrific restaurant here in Cancun. And
Mhm.
so I'm feeling very well, more healthy. And
Good.
um, um, I just want to be more specific now that
Mhm.
I can hear you and take my notes and everything.
Okay, good. So now it's the time for eliminating some of the key triggers. So that's part of the presentation today, where I'm going to go through in a bit more detail some of the elimination, why we eliminate certain things from the diet. Okay, so keep an eye out for that, and we're certainly going to go through it. So that's kind of your next stage. Awesome. Thanks very much, Mercedes. So let's tune into Randy and see how Randy, how you going? How's it going, Randy, on the nutrition? Seems to be a very loud echo there, Randy. You got headphones on? Okay.
It's going good. I ordered my products and can you hear me now? Is it still
Yeah.
an echo?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Is it still?
Now we've lost you. Seems like there's been a lot of background noise there, Randy, and it's cutting in and out a little bit. I'm not sure if we've got a great connection there. We'll just try for another 10, 20 seconds. Otherwise, we'll have to move on.
Okay.
Okay, Randy, we're not hearing you at all. We're going to have to move you across to being a panelist. And if you've got any questions, put them into the questions box or the chat box, because at the moment we're not being able to hear everything. So let's do one last one, and then we'll get into things today. Brenda, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I've just ordered some of the products. I'm in Canada, so they don't have the cleanse start. So I ordered the other cleanse that they
Yeah,
have, the body cleanse.
perfect. That's it.
Yeah, and I had a question about supporting the systems that show up after the cleanse, and I was
Yeah.
wondering if you support each system for 3 weeks at a time, or
Okay. Yeah. So let's go over that. That's a great question. So those of you that have done the lifestyle analysis will be aware that you're going to get a system that's got a weak score, for example, right? So let me just pop into my website. Are you seeing my internet screen there? Brenda? Are you seeing my internet browser?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, great. Okay, so I'm just going to go to a place where the lifestyle analysis is, and then we can talk about the sort of things that happens on the lifestyle analysis. So what happens is that when you've completed the questionnaire and you notice that you've got a bunch of different low scores, you kind of, after you finish the cleanse, you need to work out, okay, on the basis of these scores, which system do I go after first? And it's my suggestion that you just go after one system at a time, perhaps, to begin with. And otherwise, because it can get a little bit overwhelming if you're doing too many, right? So what we do is that we tend to choose the ones that are of the highest priority. So my first question to you is, do you have any scores in the poor section for digestion or intestinal?
Yes.
Okay. Usually I want everyone to start with their digestive intestinal support system. That's where you start. If you've got anything in the paw, that's what you do first. If you've got both digestive and intestinal, well, you could have a go at either. But they are the two first. If any of those are in paw, I'd start there with those two, because everything kind of starts with the gut is the key to good health. So we want to get that sorted and clear. Some of you might be really blocked up and might decide to do extra support with a colonic, which isn't a bad idea. Okay. So what you do is when you finish the Healthy Starter Pack, you probably take 2 weeks or whatever it is to finish it. Then you go on to a multivitamin, an omega-3, and you also take a key system product. So whatever the system product is in Canada for the digestive system or the intestinal system, you take that for like 90 days. Okay. If they have the systems pack and it's 30 days, we'll just start with that. It depends what products they have. Okay, and that's the approach. And then you just give yourself your body an opportunity with those specific nutrients to heal yourself from the inside out on that particular system. So good. So any other questions? Brenda, any questions from you?
Oh, no, that was it. You
Great.
answered it.
Good job. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for connecting. So we're going to get into a little bit of content now. So I'm going to start getting through this with you. So we'll be focusing on detoxing. And remember, we talked about cellular health, with healthy cells being healthy tissues making healthy organs, and a healthy organ making a healthy system. And we spoke about avoiding diets and moving into elimination protocol. We were eliminating the key triggers. And one of the things why we remove wheat and gluten is that it's a very sticky substance and kind of binds up our digestive system. And gluten and wheat, when they're together, can kind of really cause a lot of atrophy in some people who are perhaps potentially allergic in their microvilli, creating damage in the digestive tract, not being able to pick up and absorb food properly. So we just eliminate it during this period of time to give the digestive system a chance to heal and repair. It's not to say you keep it out forever, but dairy is another good one that we remove, because dairy has been largely pasteurized with the milk being heated up to very, very high temperatures to be able to neutralize both the bad bacteria but also the good bacteria in the milk. This means that the milk has no nutrient value and actually is more to break down than any nutrients it gives you. It's completely nutrient dead food. So dairy is pretty much shutting it down, but you can have except full fat yogurt and eggs is okay on the elimination protocol. And obviously with eliminating alcohol during this period of time, because they're just empty, useless calories, which can really add up to your caloric expenditure over the course over a day. Anything that's processed and comes in a packet obviously is going to be avoided, because the digestive system is going to struggle to start breaking down foods in their natural state. When you eat more raw foods and organic and clean foods that haven't been cooked or processed, the nutrients from these raw foods just go plug straight into the system. So it's really good to try to eat some of your meals a little bit raw if you can, with lots of salads and vegetables. And the more you do that, the more bioavailable your nutrition is going to be for your cells. So that's really a key to it. During the process, you're going to remove caffeine, which the caffeine you see often feeds into the adrenal glands and creates a cortisol release in the body. So quite often what people are tired is that they get themselves through the day with a coffee hit, but they're constantly toxifying up their adrenals and their liver. So we want to really remove that caffeine so to get the body going back with a more even keel throughout that time period. It's not to say you never drink coffee again, but just during this 21 days, we're going to give it a break to give the adrenal glands a little bit of time to support themselves, to move themselves forward. It's quite good to be able to cut back on the caffeine so you don't end up like that as well. And I remember working with a client one time, and he was drinking 12 to 13 cups of coffee a day. And when I started training him, I used to sit him on the bike, and he wouldn't be sitting on the bike sweating, he'd be percolating. It's really quite something when you see people have that. And caffeine creates a lot of different issues across the body, with drowsiness, increased hunger, anxiety, confusion. As you start to do your centering, and hopefully you're all doing your centering exercises now and coming into grounding and being centered and being in the heart space, caffeine can be a trigger to take you out of that nice deep breathing and connection in the sympathetic nervous system and being in tune with the earth, and can take you out of that looping. Now, red meat, it's not to say we don't ever eat red meat again. Red meat obviously does lower your vibration when the animal's been killed because of the fear in the animal when it's been killed. But red meat also very much clogs up the digestive system, and it's our goal during these 21 days together is to get the digestive system up and moving and operating and working so that your digestive system can start processing foods much, much quicker. So that's what we've kind of been looking to eliminate. And what are we adding in? Well, good clean water. So you want to be filtering your water and getting good clean water in through this way. I want you to really start focusing this week on upping the amount of plant proteins that you have. So really looking at chickpeas and split peas and green split peas and lima beans and lentils and quinoa. Really look to start to choose more foods from plant-based sources, which is really going to add light to your system rather than diminish it. Traditionally, many people go for animal-based products for their proteins, which not only puts a massive strain on the environment and the resources, but also creates a massive strain on your digestive system. So not only will you be looking after yourself, but the planet's resources are sort of also being looked after a little bit when you switch to more plant-based protein. For example, spirulina can be considered the perfect protein because it contains all 8 essential amino acids in it. So it's all the protein in that you need. So for those of you who want to commit to doing vegetarian, you can take some spirulina capsules with each meal, and that will ensure that you're getting all the essential amino acids needed as the building blocks of life. Making sure you've got buying some coconut oil so you can cook in that, and having generous amounts of olive oil you can put all over your salads and your meals, and ensuring yourself that you're getting the good fats into the system is really going to be key. As much fruits and vegetables as you like, because of course this is all fiber, and fiber doesn't adjust the blood sugar levels, which is going to help stabilize insulin in the body, which of course we explored together when we were in Mexico. Insulin being a storage hormone and storing body fat. Once the sites of the liver and the muscle cells are full, the body will convert all the excess sugar to body fat. However, when you're eating vegetables and fruits, it doesn't have that same effect on blood sugar levels and stabilizes it. So this is why we're really focusing on those vegetables and fruits. It really becomes key and important. So this real focus this first month is really on the digestive system. And if you've scored a week on the digestive system, you're going to go on a little bit longer to really look to rebuild it. And either the Healthy Starter Pack, and certainly after the you finish the cleanse, it's really a good idea to repopulate the gut with Bifidophilis or Bifidophilis 11, and there's a couple of good Bifidophilis products, which is a good bacteria. So we covered the digestive system last week, but what I thought we'd want to do is just quickly remind you perhaps a little bit of the system that we're going to be looking at with the macronutrients. So macronutrients refer to the ratios of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And remember, last time we wanted to be moving from a carbohydrate balance, or where people were probably around 70, 15, 15, to more of a 40% carbs, 30% fat, 30% protein. And this is going to help your body release glucagon, which is going to be a fat mobilizing hormone. And the fat mobilizing hormone means it's going to go in, glucagon's going to go into fat storage and convert the excess body fat there back into sugar and raise naturally up your blood sugar levels. So you can turn your body into a fat burning machine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so very simply with your salads and your raw foods and the way that you're cleansing, you add an avocado, nuts and seeds and olive oil and some plant-based proteins, and you've got the makings of a fantastic meal that's going to really supercharge your life, your cells, and help your digestive system to really be working. So really this is the next phase. Now you've got the elimination things taken out, I really want you to focus on the macronutrient ratios. It's balancing your blood sugars. Okay. So does anyone have any questions on this? Feel free to type into the question box there to let people know that you've got any questions. I'm just going to make some of you panelists so you can have a bit more writing rights in our interaction together. So just hold on while I do that. But has anyone got any questions at the moment? Just raise their hand on the control panel, or simply send something into the chat box, which you should be able to now. I'll write something here. Yeah, someone's got a question. Who was that that had a question?
Yes, how can I say this?
Okay, fire away with your.
How can I say that?
Okay, so I've got a question here from Randy. Why are eggs okay if they're acidic? Eggs are okay, but remember, it's not. You're only eating. You can eat 80% alkaline and 20% acidic. So eggs are going to be okay if you're balancing it out over the course of the day. Okay. So next one is Elena has a question. Yeah, yes, brown rice is fine, Randy. No problem. Okay, Elaine, what's your question? Okay, so maybe Elaine, I'm going to take you off mute so you can speak to me. Okay, Elaine, what's your question? You're off mute.
Thank you. Could I have protein powder, the one that is raw?
If you've got some raw protein powder, absolutely you can take it if it's a good quality one. Yeah.
And what about chai tea? Because I know it has a little bit of caffeine.
Yeah, but the tea is going to be okay, not as much as coffee, okay? So any herbal tea is going to be fine.
And almond milk and rice milk is all right,
Yeah,
right?
correct. Almond milk and rice milk are good. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Mercedes is asking me about spirulina, how to use it. Well, if you want to take a spirulina supplement, you can just take some capsules before your meal, so you're getting the protein into you just before you eat at lunchtime. If you're just eating only plants, so spirulina can be good used as a good little supplement to ensure you're getting an adequate protein stores. Okay, so that's it, guys. I think really on this whole thing of macronutrients and balance your blood sugars, has anyone had any difficulties implementing things? Has anyone learned some new habits and ways of cooking and preparing the food? Has anyone had any insights on this with the food preparation side of things? Okay, no one's kind of got into answering or to add anything there. I'm just wondering if anyone's got any other questions they would like to ask while I'm here. We've covered pretty much the content that I would like to get you. I'm going to also get you access to the online course probably next week, whereby you can start accessing the content of the Children of the Sun website. So we're going to make that available for next week. So there's more content there, not only in my format where I'm presenting it today and the manuals and booklets that you have, but we're going to make it also some more content available with the membership website, so you can start to see and go through the course material that's there, and give us some feedback on how you find the course content. Okay, so we're looking forward to opening that up for you. We're just tweaking a little bit now of the finalized videos and whatnot, making sure everything's nice and perfect, and we're going to give you access to that next week. Okay, so hopefully you'll have a few more questions for me next week, so we can connect around about the same time and really take a look at going through again any blocks or barriers or things that are getting in your way and any questions that you have. Okay, so if anyone doesn't have any other questions, I guess we are complete for today. Short and sharp. What I'd like you to do is to send your questions in advance for next week. So I've got a whole list of questions. I'm just going to send it to you here. If you could send it to me to Caroline at steve-jack.com. Send your questions in to there before next week's call, and I'll be there to be able to answer those questions for you. And we're going to go through a little bit more content, a bit more deeper around cleansing and alkalizing, and I'll be answering, of course, any issues and challenges that you have along the way. So, well done, team. It's nice to be with you all. I hope you've all taken your before photographs and you're noticing the effects and what you're feeling and how you look. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again next week, and we're looking out for your emails to help you continue on the path and the program. And look out for the email with regards to access to the membership website. Okay, everyone? Fantastic. I'm going to hang up and sign off. So God bless, and we'll connect again shortly.